So welcome everybody to this week's quiz. This is week 9 of our quiz. I hope everybody has had a good week and you're well. And we are delighted, as always, to bring a little bit of the coast to you this evening. So this is a little bit of a precursor to World Oceans Day, which is on June 8th. And we will get to the quiz. You know the drill. It's about 30 minutes long, 5 rounds, 8 questions per round. And we'll do a recap of each round after the following round, and we'll follow that with the answers straight after that recap. So let's begin. Round 1, top trumps. That's not a pun, just top trumps. So, which is the largest fish in the world? Is it a bluefin tuna, basking shark, or a whale shark? Okay. Question 2. Which sea is the saltiest? Is it the Baltic Sea, B, the Dead Sea, or C, the Caspian Sea? Okay, question 3. Which is the largest seal species? Is it A, the southern elephant seal, B, the ribbon seal, or C, the grey seal? Question 4. Which is the fastest ocean animal? Is it A, the blue whale, B, the sailfish, or C, the bottlenose dolphin? Question 5. Which ocean is the deepest? A, the Atlantic, B, the Indian, or C, the Pacific? Okay, number 6. Which animal can hold their breath the longest? And apologies for the E missing in breath. So which animal can hold their breath the longest? Is it A, the sperm whale, B, the cormorant, or C, the common dolphin? Okay, and there shouldn't be actually any on that breath, so apologies for that. Okay, or for saying that, I should say. Okay, number 7. Which is the largest flying seabird? A, the king penguin, B, the royal albatross, or C, the pelican? Okay, final question of this round, question 8. Which ocean animal is the longest? A, the orca, B, the blue whale, or C, the lion's mane jellyfish? Okay, and we'll recap on those questions after the following round, so you'll get another look at the questions if you need to. So we're going to move on now to round 2, which is name the ocean animal. So, what animal do you think this is? And the hint here is very common around Ireland's coastline and can also be found in many towns and cities. What do you think it is? Question 2. What about this? And the hint, if you need it, is they're found around the coast of Ireland, more so during the summer, They're often washed up on the shoreline also. Okay, number 3. What about this? It's a reptile. So it can go between swimming in the sea to moving very slowly on land. Question 4. So these are quite common around the coast again, and it is a smaller species of shark. Okay, question 5. So it's in the deep waters of the ocean, and the name associated with it is it uses a lure to catch its prey. So what is that? It looks like an alien. Okay, question 6. What do you think this is? So they're a plankton feeder. They can grow up to about 7 meters in width. And they are very graceful in the water. Okay, number 7. I think what's amazing about these, looking at them and the types of species and what we have in our coast is so rich, or around in our seas around our coastline is so rich. This one is closely related to the octopus and squid. So it has 8 tentacles and can squirt ink. And number 8. A super picture. And these animals are masters of camouflage. They have leafy parts coming out of their bodies which allow them to hide among the seaweed. And I guess it's no surprise that they're closely related to seahorses. Okay, so I hope you did well. And again, we'll have a recap after the following round, so you can have another look at those images if you need to. So now we're going to recap on round 1 and have a look at the answers. So number 1 for round 1. First question was, which is the largest fish in the world? Is it the bluefin tuna, the basking shark, or the whale shark? Question 2, which sea is the saltiest? Is it the Baltic Sea, the Dead Sea, or the Caspian Sea? Number 3, which is the largest seal species? Is it the southern elephant seal, the ribbon seal, or the grey seal? Question 4, what's the fastest ocean animal? The blue whale, the sailfish, or the bottlenose dolphin? Question 5, which ocean is the deepest? The Atlantic, the Indian, or the Pacific? Question 6, which animal can hold their breath the longest? The sperm whale, the cormorant, or the common dolphin? Number 7, which is the largest flying seabird? The king penguin, the royal albatross, or the pelican? And finally, question 8, which ocean animal is the longest? The saltwater crocodile, the orca, or the lion's mane jellyfish? So let's have a look at the answers. It's the question for 1. The answer is C, the whale shark, and it reaches lengths of 40 feet and can weigh up to 40 tons. Number 2, the saltiest sea is B, the Dead Seas. I'm sure most of you knew. It's 33.7% salinity compared to an ocean average of 3.5. It's almost 10 times more salty. Number 3 is A, the southern elephant seal. and it reaches lengths of 20 feet and can weigh almost 9,000 pounds. 4, the fastest is the sailfish, which can reach speeds of 110 kilometers per hour, which is insane. 5, deepest ocean is the Pacific, which is approximately 36,200 feet deep. Question 6, the answer is A, sperm whales. They can hold their breath for 90 minutes. And it's B for number 7, which is the Royal Albatross. The wingspan, it can reach up to 3.4 meters. And which might be surprising to some, the answer for 8 is C, the lion's mane jellyfish. The tentacles can reach 120 feet in length, which is incredible. Okay, so I hope you did okay there. And again, it's all about learning some things as well as maybe showing off a little too. So moving on to round 3, we're going to have a look at coastal geography and geology. So a pebbled beach is known as what? A, shingles, B, shingle, or C, singles? Okay, number 2. A large crescent-shaped dune lying at right angles to the prevailing wind and having a steep concave side is known as what? A, a pyramid dune, B, a moon dune, or C, a Barcan dune? Okay. 3, there are 2 extinct volcanoes on the coast in the Republic of Ireland. One of them is at Lambay Island, at Salty Islands, or Sherkin Island. Which one do you think? Question 4. Which mountain has some of the largest sea cliffs on the island of Ireland? Is it Sheaf League in County Donegal, Carnpool in Kerry, or Lugnaquilla in Wicklow? So which one has some of the largest sea cliffs? Okay, question 5. A mermaid's tears refer to what at a beach? Is it A, washed up whalebone, B, a shark's egg case, or C, sea glass? Okay, number 6. The Giant's Causeway is made up of what type of distinctive black rock? Excuse me. A, pumice, B, basalt, or C, scoria? Question 7. So white sand is mostly made of limestone and what else? Is it A, chalk, B, obsidian, or C, quartz? Okay, and the final question on this round, number 8. When the sea erodes a defined hole in the middle of a cliff edge, what is the structure called? Is it a sea stack, a sea arch, or a swim through? So maybe read that question before you could rush to answer that, but read it and see. So it's a defined hole in the middle of the cliff edge that it's eroding. Okay, so I hope you did okay. And again, as always, we hope you learned a little bit of something interesting. Okay, we're going to recap on round 2. I'll leave the images up for a few seconds so you can have another look. And the next 4. And let's have a look at the answers. So 1 is the herring gull. 2 is the jellyfish, and the compass jellyfish at that. 3 is, of course, the turtle. 5, the shark-related dogfish. 5 is the anglerfish, a great looking fish. 6 is the manta ray. 7 is the cuttlefish. And 8 is the fantastic looking sea dragon. Okay, how did you do? So let's plow on to round 4, which is the human impact on the oceans. So, question 1. Ireland produces the equivalent of 2,000 water bottles, plastic water bottles, per person annually in plastic weight. How long do plastic bottles take to break down? Is it A, 45 years, B, 200 years, or C, 450 years? Number 2. Extreme temperature changes, acidification and pollution can kill coral reefs. These pictures show coral at different stages, healthy, dying and dead. What is the middle stage called? Is it bleached coral? B, damaged coral? Or C, white coral? What's really interesting about this image is the speed at which the coral degrades and then eventually dies. Okay, number 3. It's about fishing. So some fishing techniques can trap and kill thousands of marine animals, including those shown in this picture. What is the term given to this accidental catch? Is it A, unwanted species, B, bycatch, or C, discards? Okay, 4. Cigarette butts. They are thrown on the ground and they account for over half of Ireland's litter problem. But how long, we want to know, do they take to break down? Is it A, 3 to 6 months, B, 1 to 5 years, and C, 100 years? And cigarette butts have plastic in the filter, along with chemicals and toxins, so they can be a real problem pollutant in our environment. Okay, number 5. What do the red marks on this map of Europe indicate? A, areas that produce the highest pollution. B, areas that have the largest fishing fleets. Or C, areas that are most vulnerable to sea level rise. Okay. 6. So this picture shows a cargo ship loading and discharging ballast water, which is required to stabilize the ship when the cargo is being transferred. But what environmental issue can ballast water contribute to? Is it A, ocean acidification, B, the introduction of invasive species, or C, sea level rise? You can look at those images closely to maybe help with the answer. Okay. 7. Hundreds of thousands of tons of lost, abandoned, and discarded fishing gear litter the world's oceans and pose a threat to marine animals. And what we want to know is, how long does fishing line take to break down? Is it A, 5 years, B, 100 years, or C, 600 years? And the last question on this round, number 8. This infographic shows the various sources of marine litter. So we want to know, simply, what should you flush down the loo? Is it A, compostable wet wipes in the 3 Ps of poo, pee and paper? B, any bathroom waste, including wet wipes, cotton buds and sanitary products? Or C, only the 3 Ps, pee, poo and paper? Okay, so hope you did okay. We're going to now recap on round 3. So question 1, a pebbled beach is known as what? A, shingles, B, shingle, or C, singles? 2, a large crescent-shaped dune lying at right angles to the prevailing wind and having a steep concave side is known as a pyramid dune, a moon dune, or Barking dune. 3, an extinct volcano at the coast in the Republic of Ireland is seen on Lambay Island, Salty Islands, or Sherkin Island. 4, which mountain has some of the largest sea cliffs in the island of Ireland? Is it Slieve League, County Donegal, Carrantuil, County Kerry, or Lugnaquilla in County Wicklow? 5, mermaid's tears refer to what at a beach? Is it washed up whalebone, shark's egg case, or sea glass? Question 6, the Giant's Causeway in County Antrim are columns of distinctive black what? Pumice, basalt, or scoria? 7, white sand is mostly made of limestone and what other element? Is it chalk, obsidian, or quartz? And the last question, when the sea erodes a defined hole in the middle of a cliff edge, what is the structure called? Is it a sea stack, a sea arch, or a swim through? We'll have a look at the answers to round 3. So question 1, the answer is B, of course, shingle. For 2, the answer is C, the Barking dune is the name of that formation. 3, the extinct volcano is found on Lambay Island. It's A for number 4, Slieve League in County Donegal. 5, the answer is C, sea glass. 6, the Giant's Causeway, that black rock is basalt. 7, it's limestone and quartz. And 8, that structure is known as a sea arch. So I hope you did okay, and again, as always, we hope you learned something too. So we're going to move on now to the final round, round 5. It's a true or false round. So let's begin. 1, true or false, seabirds can drink seawater and can cope with the high salinity. Question 2, there are a total of 8 oceans in the world. True or false? 3, the left side of a boat is known as the port. True or false? 4, Approximately 10 million tonnes of litter enters the oceans each year. True or false? 5. The River Shannon meets the sea at the Spanish Arch in Galway. Is that true or false? Number 6. SCUBA stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. True or false? Number 7. Hook Lighthouse is the tallest lighthouse in Ireland. The final question in round 5, number 8. The deepest free dive was completed in 2007 to 214 meters. Is that true or false? Okay, so let's recap round 4 and then look at the answers. So 1, how long do plastic bottles take to break down? Is it 45 years, 200 years, or C, 450 years? Number 2, what is the stage scene in the middle photograph of coral called? Is it bleached coral, damaged coral, or white coral? 3, what's the name given to animals accidentally caught through commercial fishing? Is it unwanted species, bycatch, or discards? 4, how long do cigarette butts take to break down? Is it 3 to 6 months, 1 to 5 years, or 100 years? 5, what's the red shown here in Europe? Is it areas of high pollution, areas with the largest fishing fleets, or areas most vulnerable to sea level rise? 6, ballast water. What issue does this contribute to? Is it acidification of the ocean, the introduction of invasive species, or sea level rise? Question 7, how long does fishing line take to break down? 5 years, 100 years, or 600 years? And 8, what should you flush down the loo? Compostable wet wipes in the 3 Ps? Any bathroom waste, or only the 3 Ps? And the answers are, it takes plastic bottles about 450 years to break down. 2 is, I would say, familiar to a lot of people. The stage in the middle is called bleached coral. And question 3, animals accidentally caught through commercial fishing are called bycatch. Number 4, it takes cigarette butts about 1 to 5 years to break down. So the damage that a small cigarette can, or the cigarette butt can do is a lot over quite a long time, which is one problem that we need to get to grips with in Ireland and internationally. Okay. 5, those red marks indicate areas most vulnerable to sea level rise. 6, the ballast water contributes to the introduction of invasive species. And you can see that if you look at the imagery there. 7, it takes fishing line about 600 years to break down. It's an incredibly big problem. And of course, for number 8, you should only flush the 3 Ps of pee, poo, and paper down the loo. Our sewage treatment plants are not fit for anything else except what they were intended for, which was pee, poo, and paper. And there is no such thing as a flushable wipe, no matter how it's marketed. There is no such thing. Okay, so the answers now to the final round, number 5, true or false. 1, seabirds can drink seawater and can cope with high salinity. 2, there are a total of 8 oceans in the world. 3, the left side of a boat is known as the port. True or false, approximately 10 million tonnes of litter enters the oceans each year. 5, the River Shannon meets the sea at the Spanish Archery in Galway. 6, SCUBA stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. 7, Hook Lighthouse is the tallest lighthouse in Ireland. And 8, the deepest free dive was carried out in 2007 to 214 metres. So how did you get on with the true or false answers to that round? Let's have a look. Number 1 is true. The salt seabirds take in is absorbed and moves through their bloodstream into a pair of salt glands, where it is excreted from the nostrils. 2. There are only 5 oceans in the world, so that's false. And those oceans are the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, the Arctic, and the Southern. Number 3 is true. The left side of a boat is called the port, and the right is the starboard. 4 is also true. Scientists estimate approximately 10 million tons of litter will enter our oceans every year. 5 is false. The River Shannon, of course, enters the sea at Limerick City. 6 is true. SCUBA does stand for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. 7 is false. Fastnet is the tallest lighthouse in Ireland, of 54 metres in height. And number 8 is actually true. A freediver called Herbert Nietzsche set the world record for the deepest free dive to a whopping 214 metres in 2007, which is incredible. So another quiz has come to an end. We want to thank you as always for your time. We hope that you found it enjoyable and informative, and it's our pleasure to bring a little bit of the coast to you. And World Oceans Day is on June the 8th, and do take a look at our social media for some events that we will support during that time. Again, thank you, and stay safe.